Hi, I'm Sadek.
Hi, I'm Gabe.
So we're here because a lot of people asked us over Twitter and Slack about our support, so Prismic's support of Gatsby, and we told we work on it, but I feel that we were not clear enough about what's happening and why it's taken so long.
Right. So to be clear, Prismic does work with Gatsby. It's worked with Gatsby since its beginning, and so you can make a normal Gatsby site with pages, and you'll get all your data.
Now, the only thing is that Prismic has certain features that we consider that are key features for a CMS, and these are tricky to support in Gatsby. So basically, if you are just the kind of building your website, generating pages and components, that works out from the beginning.
Yeah.
And even better with the GraphQL API that we released in alpha two weeks ago.
Right.
So that will be even simpler, but it worked since the beginning. So these features, go ahead.
So we have notably the Prismic toolbar, and this main feature that we're having trouble supporting with Gatsby is a feature called previews.
Yeah, right. So in Prismic we have this concept of releases. Releases, they are pretty much like branches in Git and pull requests. So basically, you can prepare, for instance, a release for like a branch for Christmas, where you do all the changes that you need for to publish in Christmas. New blog posts, new pages, new products, whatever you want, and you can publish them all together. And that's very, very kind of handy for these kind of events when you work in a team and you need to review changes, all of these kind of things. And the problem with it, and also we provide previews of these releases, so you can preview your website as if this was published.
Exactly. So the problem with this is when it comes to previewing your content, basically you need to make a live query to Prismic. You need to communicate with Prismic. In Gatsby, it's a system where you build the files and it no longer communicates with anything except that file server.
And there is a preview mechanism, a new thing that Gatsby did, but we're going to talk about this in different videos maybe. But the main problem is that it's all built statically. So whenever you are adding a new release, a new preview, Gatsby is no longer there to be able to answer these kind of okay, I want to preview the website for a new kind of thing, right? And exactly. and you can have as many of them of releases, like you can have 10, 20, 100, and you can't just start 100 Gatsby servers for that.
Exactly. So we're trying to find a solution for this. So in order to fix this, basically we need to know what the query is that you made to Prismic.
For a certain page.
For a certain page.
Right. And why can't we do it now? You explained to me.
Well, the reason we can't do it now is the way Gatsby works is it takes your query and it takes your React component. It compiles the query to a file. That's just your data, the results of the query. And then it compiles the React component to a file as well. And what happens is at runtime on the browser, you just have your component and your data. You no longer have the query.
Yeah. So the original query, the GraphQL query, is gone.
It's totally gone.
Yeah, it's erased, and that's why we can't get that back. And so we can't do preview new pages, for instance, a new blog post that happens to be in that release, because we don't have the query to be able to do that.
Exactly.
So to fix that, we need to find a system where we get back this kind of link to understand, okay, what was the link? What is the query for a certain page?
Right.
Because, and to understand the routing mechanism as well, their correspondence with the routing mechanism. And there's another feature also that is tricky to support.
So this other feature that Prismic has, we'll call it predictions. Actually, it appears as an edit button on your website. And so say you're on the home page and you want to know exactly what Prismic documents are on the home page. So maybe the navigation, maybe the featured blog post, and maybe some other posts.
So you click on this edit button and you have a list of these documents. So you can click, and then you are in the writing room to be able to edit these things. And the way it works is a completely predict. So you don't have, as a developer, you don't have to do much to get it kind of configured. Basically, Prismic will predict these.
When you load the URL, that is the moment where you're querying Prismic.
Mm-hmm.
we'll intercept that query, and once it's returned to the page, we'll know what page those documents belong to.
Yeah, and that's a simple mechanism, but it allows us to do this kind of very handy edit button for editors, because then they don't have to search for content. They just go to their page, click on the edit button, and see how can they modify it.
Exactly.
Why does it work? It doesn't work in Gatsby?
Well, it's the same exact problem. Basically, you don't know what the query is, and you can't even query Prismic because you're querying your static files here.
So yeah, you can't intercept that call, and if you can't intercept that call, you don't know what about the correspondences between pages and ID of documents of Prismic.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you lose that feature as well. So yeah, that was clarifies maybe a bit things, and then maybe we can do further videos more about the mechanics and the ideas that we're trying to solve this problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's it for this video. Thank you, Gabe.
Thank you, Sadek.
And I hope that if we have any questions, maybe you can answer them in comments or in further videos. Thanks.
Thank you.